Hi, I just want to say happy 15th anniversary to World of Warcraft. I've been playing since 2005, and this is my first character. She's a fire mage, and I made her way back when on a PvP server because that's where my ex was, and we had a long career of exploding on people when they decided they wanted to jump her. I've never really been an antagonist in PvP, so I racked up about 50,000 HKs in my career. And, you know, I really enjoyed the PvP world and pretty much played all the way PvP all the way through the expansions until Warlords, and then I switched over to RP servers since I've been RPing online, and everything changed. I really feel like when I got there, that feeling, that MMO feeling came back to me, and that community and those friends, it really all came back together like it had been at the beginning. So my RP friends are awesome. But really, you know, honestly, what I really want to talk about is women players in World of Warcraft. And lately, in the last 10 years, there's been a lot of misinformed things going on about women playing video games in general, but you know, I have to tell you, women have been playing World of Warcraft since the beginning, and the content, I won't say it was designed for that, but the content is so immersive and universal that it was able to be something that we all could play together. And I have played side by side with women over the years, and I have to say, since Legion, I play in guilds where it's 50% women or female identifying players. So top guild in our server, main tank, female, also the guild leader, awesome person. The Night Elf guild on my realm has been there since the beginning. The leader, also female, she's been running a Night Elf RP guild for years, and I mean, we've even had DMs sit in our events and just kind of boggle at all the role players doing like Night Elf stuff. But I think it gives me a lot of strength to see women and girls involved in video games and in gaming in general. I mean, we are awesome players. We're good at what we do. You know, last year I was like number 10 healer on my whole server, but honestly, I didn't start healing till recently, so I've always been DPS. Apparently, I'm a pretty darn good healer, though. I was on the Mythic team during Legion, and then I had some surgery and I got booted off the Mythic team because I couldn't perform anymore. But, you know, my Horde guild, you know, they took me in, they waited for me to get better, they coached me and helped me, you know, get back on my feet. And, you know, once again, half of our guild, female players, married couples, people with children. We run really tight raids. There's no swearing or toxicity allowed. We get a whole lot done in 3 hours. And in the past, the Warcraft stereotype, you know, people just waste a lot of time. And now that we're adults, we have families and children and jobs, we've adjusted, and we're really, really good at raiding and also having a good time and being supportive of each other. And maybe that's the RP server. Maybe that's just because we've all grown up with the content. But, you know, it's awesome how much things have changed. And well, becoming a classic, I mean, let's just say I'm one of the classic naysayers because I remember what it was like to be in classic quite clearly, and I really feel like the game really did reach a high point until we hit Wrath of the Lich King, and you know, things, the RP content get really intense in Wrath, and they brought to us some things that, as far as story wise and writing, just still stick in my memory, where I was just sitting there with my mouth dropped open. I'd say specifically the Wrathgate scenario. We all remember the Wrathgate. You can watch it on YouTube, but literally, I was blown away. I was just floored. It was an emotional experience. So I'm really big on surprises like that. So maybe us older players were not so excited about all the spoilers and the data mining and stuff like that, because darn it, there is nothing like that surprise, awesome cutscene just popping in and blowing you away. Anyways, it's been a good 15 years. I feel like the programmers have done the best they can. If you know anything about world building and game building, when you build something for so long, like a computer program with this many assets and this many, you know, models and all this stuff, it gets layered on top of each other, the code and all the everything. So it gets harder and harder to untangle all these links and all these codes all sticking together. So whenever something goes wrong, I kind of know why it's going wrong. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for the people that have had to build and rebuild and reshape and just keep making World of Warcraft awesome, and then catching it up with the current capabilities of our computers and our video cards. So, you know, I totally appreciate it. I don't complain unless it's about little things, but we've been pretty afraid about responsive things like that. So anyways, thank you for 15 years. A shout out to all our female women gamers out there who are bringing it home, and I hope to see you, especially younger players, really push yourselves to become arena players and get into the competitions and be on teams, because you can do it. You have the ability. If you have to keep anonymous the whole time just to keep from getting doxxed, just do it. Do it for all of us, because we know you can do it, and we will coach you and we will help you. And it would be great to see y'all out there. All right. See you on Worm Rest.